Alright guys, we have another P320 related video coming out, and this is the Polymer 80 grip frame. And it is just one of those grip frames where you put your serialized chassis inside here and you can change the looks, color, ergonomics of your P320. It's very cool that companies are coming out with these things pretty steadily right now. Just gives you more options and more ability to make your P320 the way you want it to be. We had Wilson Combat come out with this one recently, which was awesome, and we're going to go over this new one by Polymer 80. And let's just go over some of the features of it that changes up from the original P320 lineup. And that would be the stippling pattern is quite aggressive, and it's the same all the way around the gun. And they bring it up really high. So a lot of the comments on the P320 lineup is that the stippling is from here down and they leave all this open, which is where your palm will go when you go to do a thumb forwards grip. And then to add on to that, not only do they put stippling here, they have stippling right here, as well as a pretty thick, what they would call a speed ledge or a gas pedal. It's just some place to put your thumb, and you push your thumb down, it helps you mitigate recoil. So they put that right into the mold, and as you can see, it's pretty thick, pretty pronounced on both sides for you lefties out there and stuff. And the stippling is also equal on both sides. They have this really large magazine release that is very aggressively, it's metal, so it's not stippled, but it has these serrations on there, and it is very aggressive. You can even see it in my thumb right there. Look at that. It's just from pressing on it like that. It's pretty cheese grater-ish. I'm actually not a huge fan of how aggressive it is on there. It's a little bit too aggressive, but it is enlarged. It does work okay. Mags do go in, and you don't get like this. Some guns you really get this pop. Let me see if... Yeah, you get more of like a defined pop out of this one, even if I'm pulling on it, because you'd have pressure coming up against the slide on this one. But even if I'm pulling on it, it's kind of a smooth release, not very positive. And that's just something I noticed when I was playing around with this thing. You do have an undercut right here, and you have kind of a double undercut, because there's an undercut sort of right here for your other offhand, normal beaver tail. You have a little bit of a guard for your slide release, and a pick rail. So that's kind of the features going on here. There's no magazine well, it's very straight. There is kind of a weird ledge going on here. I don't know why that lip is there. But other than that, those are the features of this thing. You'll notice it's not on a gun, and that is because I hate this thing. Guys, I gotta be honest, I am not a fan of this grip frame. It's 60 bucks. It's the same exact price as this Wilson Combat grip frame, and I cannot describe in words enough how much better this Wilson Combat feels ergonomically in the hand than this. This is just like a square Glock-esque garbage ergonomic. It's horrible to hold in your hand. It's absolutely horrible. It just feels like a 2x4. It's probably even worse than a Glock. These are very square edges. You can actually feel all these square edges, and you can see all this cheese grater shit going on my thumb as I'm playing with it. There's no magazine well. There's this stupid lip going on right here. I hate that. You can actually feel that on your pinky, and it digs right into the bottom. I don't know. I buy things myself, and I'm giving you a real opinion. If you guys are in the market for a cool P320 grip frame, this is not your answer. I would not waste your money on this at all. I can't imagine anyone holding this and thinking it's as good or better than the standard P320 grip, either the X series or the original, and it most certainly is not as good as this Wilson Combat grip. If you guys are looking for a grip for your P320, this Wilson Combat grip is the same price or less even than this thing, and it's 10 times better. It's got the mag well, the ergonomics are phenomenal on this thing. It just melts right into your hand, huge undercut, It also has stippling for your little gas pedal thing, but it's just the ergonomics, the stippling on it, everything is just so much better, and you have a way better magazine release. And even if I take this slide off, you feel it and you can hear it. There's just a positive insert. You don't get that at all with this one. You don't feel that at all. It just feels very mushy. So like I said, if you guys are in the market for a new grip frame, I would not consider this Polymer 80 at all. Definitely go with the Wilson Combat. This is a no-brainer, guys. But I'm glad I made the mistake for you, and I'm glad that I got to test it out, so now you guys know. See you guys.